A lot of stuff went down this chapter of Bleach. Basically, Uryu's back, and now is setting up a huge matchup right now on what's going to happen in the future of Bleach. Basically, Juha is basically just rambling on this chapter to Ichigo, saying like, "Oh, I've seen it all. I knew that this would happen. I knew this before you were born. I seen this. I seen it all. I seen it before when you went up against Aizen." Basically, Ichigo was just basically saying like he doesn't give two shit about the whole he has Quincy blood. He just wants to defeat him and end this whole thing for Juha not just basically not going to cause any more damage to Soul Society and the Sirte in the whole world. And then out of nowhere, Uryu comes out of nowhere and just starts shooting arrows and then at Yorichi's arm. And then Ichigo's like saying, "What the heck, man?" Before when Juha basically didn't have like nothing else and he was like off his guard, he calls around Stern C and starts pretty much twisting parts of Yorichi's arm. And we don't really know much about Stern C because he basically got one shot by Nimya back when he was going ham on the rest of the elite forces, but before they got revived when Juha took away the powers of the other Stormers, which pretty much gave me a rant on that video. If you can just go check it out, I did not like that at all. How Juha just basically just took murder H's powers before we get to see more of his abilities, and then Rinjao could have like showed up and I don't know. Besides from that, Yorichi, now she's about to go fend for herself on the battlefield by herself, and I think she's gonna go up against Sturmer C. I don't know if she's gonna end up with the other elite forces that are revived because they're still around. Because I believe Sturmer, man, I'm starting to forget them because it's been a while. I believe it was Sturmer D that's still revived. Sturmer. Oh yeah, X, he's still alive, the sniper, and Sternritter, it's not S, he's not a part of the elite forces. I believe he was the Thor guy. I think it was Sternritter, M, oh yeah, the M, the Miracle, yeah, Sternritter M, the Thor guy, and they're still around after there, so they'll have to deal with them, and I don't know who's going to go up against who. I need to like draw this out, like saying what the matchups will be. I don't think I'll do another video on that because last time I did a video on that and it didn't turn out as well. It was on our last channel before we decided to move it to our new channel of Slice of Anime Manga 720. She's going to go up against either the Revive Elite Forces or go up against Star B because he's still out there to deal with. Like he's somewhere out there, unless a random character comes out of nowhere and challenges him, and it's gonna go back to one of those fights where it's like around 10 chapters they dedicate that volume to that character in in like the fight, and I hope that happens because I would like to see more of those fights go on because the fights with Byakuya was like one shot in, and we never got a chance to see it back on the battlefield. So at the end of it, Uryu's just there, and now they're about to put up a setup with Ichigo versus Uryu, and I'm hyped for this because everyone's been waiting for this. I'm waiting for this. I need to go tell Shaq about this because he's gonna try to catch up to this so we can just talk about it because Uryu versus Ichigo is about to go down, and these guys have been friends. They've been conflicting with each other since the beginning, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen. Now, it's not really known what Uryu's doing on Juha's side, but basically he's a Quincy, but it could be because Juha's just brainwashed him and trolled him, or maybe Uryu's just, maybe going to troll Juha saying, like, "I'm going to betray you," and because try to take him down before everything goes down to crap. But it seems like it is about to go down to crap because Juha basically ripped out the head of the new Soul King, and now the Sirte is shaking again. And I don't know much about the bottom half of the world of living and and key scan the others are at because they haven't Kubo hasn't shown that yet. But hopefully you take didn't die for nothing because of all of this. So I can't wait for next week's chapter. It's going to be Ichigo versus Uryu. Not to mention Luffy versus Doflamingos next week. So next week's going to be pretty. It's going to be something. So peace out, guys.